And you can see what's happening over there in America. They're viciously attacking the most vulnerable people in the society, the migrants, the poor, the homeless, and they're putting all of you on a conveyor belt to vulnerability. Over 700 people were shot and killed by the police just this year. Call that what it is, extrajudicial killings by the security forces in America. Over 700 in just the last 8 months. You're expendable. And whoever isn't expendable yet is being pushed into being expendable. That's the way that the system is working. That's not a light at the end of the tunnel, that's a meat grinder. Trump likes to talk about how much money has been raised by the tariffs, right? Well, that isn't money that they're making, that's money that they're taking. And they're taking it from who? They're taking it from you, not from anyone else. Do you understand? Tariffs are paid by you. They're paid by importers and they're paid by consumers. That's $300 billion that they say that they've gotten so far. Well, that's $300 billion that they took from you. Did you have $300 billion extra dollars to spare? Did you know that there's over 100,000 jobs in the tech sector that have been cut in the U.S. in 2025, just 2025. 80,000 retail jobs. That's up 274% from the previous year in terms of job losses. At least 2 major refineries have shut down, with more planning to shut down. Roughly 2 million people right now, today, are incarcerated in America, if you include immigration detentions. You know that 75% of Americans can't even afford to buy a moderately priced home? Home foreclosures are up by almost 10% so far this year, nationwide. And it's up by 40 to 55% in some, in particular states. 1 million people evicted from their homes in the last year in America, and the numbers are rising. I mean, look at Washington, D.C. Evictions have doubled in Washington, D.C. since 2023. And now they're going after the people that they evicted. They're going after the homeless with federalized police. Can't you see the way things are going? Homelessness is already at record highs. Broad unemployment in the U.S., if you include the underemployed, your rates in America are higher than Nigeria. They're higher than Cambodia or Niger or Thailand or several other global south countries. Your unemployment rate is ridiculous. Layoffs, unemployment, foreclosures, evictions. That's the conveyor belt to vulnerability that they put you on. The conveyor belt to poverty, to homelessness, and then from there to prison and slave labor. Now, you can't tell me that this isn't just like a colonized country. This isn't just like an occupied country. You know that 60% of all the land in your country is privately held by wealthy individuals and corporations? 60%. Do you even know who they are? Most of them, you haven't even heard of these people, but they own 60% of the acreage in your country. Do you know that the average employee in America, the average employee, takes home roughly $10,000 to $20,000 less per year than what they actually earn? Because of taxes, because of those taxes being taken out. Not to mention the extra $5,000 a year on average that you pay every year in sales tax. So again, this is just an average. You give the government, state and federal, somewhere between $15,000 to $25,000 every year if you earn median income, just a median income. So $15,000 to $25,000 that you give the government. Meanwhile, the average U.S. household only spends $24,000 a year on basic household bills like mortgage, rent, utilities, insurance, and other necessities. In other words, you understand, that means that you could literally live off of just what you pay in taxes every year. Just what you pay in tax. You could live on that money. And did you know that roughly half of BlackRock's capital, you know BlackRock, the largest asset management company in the world, they own everything. Did you know that roughly half of all of their capital comes from pension funds? That's your money. That's your retirement money. Larry Fink, the owner and the CEO of BlackRock, he gets to own everything by using your money. And if BlackRock makes spectacular profits on their investments, your retirement money stays the same. You're an investor with no dividends. They're using your money to invest, but you got no dividends. You have no vote. You don't get any. You don't get to be on any boards of directors. You don't have the controlling shares in any company that BlackRock owns or that BlackRock controls. BlackRock controls it. They have the dividends. They have the profits. They have the controlling vote. You don't. They have the controlling shares. You don't. They have the vote. You don't. But they're doing it with your money. And what do you think happens if Larry Fink makes a bad investment with your money? Well, BlackRock gets bailed out, but you get kicked out. They get bailed out, but you get kicked out. A senior citizen evicted, like so many others, homeless, and then probably detained. Because Larry Fink and all of his friends don't want to have to look at you begging on the street corner as they pass by in their limousines on their way to the Met Gala. And all of that is legal. I'm telling you, you are in an occupied country. Corporate colonization, neoliberal subjugation, feudalism. It's feudalism. And they've got their eyes on you no matter where you go, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are. They have all your information, don't they? They have all your data, all their mass surveillance, their big data, their analytics. The colonizers, the traditional colonizers, the historical colonizers, they extracted the natural resources and the raw minerals of the global south. But they're extracting from you just the same. Just the same. They're extracting your money, they're extracting your labor, they're extracting your data, they're extracting your time, they're extracting your thoughts and your creativity. I mean, what else do you think trains AI? What do you think that they're training AI on? It's getting trained on everything that you ever said online, everything that you ever said on the internet, everything that you ever wrote, and everything that you're saying right now to ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or what have you. And they're not paying you for that. You're paying them for that. You understand? You're paying them for the privilege of feeding data into their system so that they can build AI systems that can then replace you at your job. That's what's going on in your country.